It's fine, sweetie.
Hello.
Hello. Guess what this is?
I think it's a podcast.
Oh, is it? What's it called?
I think it's called It's Fine, Sweetie. A podcast.
And and the stars me, you, and you. I'm Andrea, and
Uh,
that's CJ, and that is Clarece.
Hello.
um,
How's it going?
it's going. Sure, it's
Yeah.
just time is just speeding on by, isn't it?
It's just speeding on by. Did you see the trailer for Sinners?
I can't wait for Sinners. Oh my god.
I know. I'm really excited about it too, but people are trying to cancel Haley Steinfeld. And I'm like, no, guys, we don't do that to like, we're not doing that
Why are we
Why?
because she is engaged to this guy that plays for like the either the Patriots or the Bills, and he follows a single account that is Trumpy. So by extension, she must be. And
Well, there's a whole sector of Trumpians who who have African American girlfriends. And like
yeah, but she's only like a quarter black.
I just found out personally.
Yeah. I think that most people found out with the movie.
I think she just found out. Like, if I understand correctly, like she
Well, then that
she
doesn't count.
is like half Filipino, but she didn't know that her grandpa was also half black or some shit. So I guess she's an ace.
You're looking like
Oh, because the black experience, I guess, like when they're like, oh, okay, like if you're gonna, like, I guess it'd be like us being like, all right, we're native and we're gonna go like be in a film like talking about our native identity. Like we
Right.
could talk about our grandma, but like for the most part, we weren't raised.
In the
yeah.
culture.
Yeah, so we don't know like a lot.
But we want
Yeah.
culture not because like that's I don't know the word for it. That's segregation, right? Like
What do
we
you mean?
weren't in the culture because of I don't know gentrification or like
I don't think it was gentrification. It's like like and our family story is similar to like folks who were taken from Africa. Like it's not like we didn't want to be a
right
part of whatever tribe we were from in West Africa. It's just that like we were forcibly taken from the
exactly.
land, and so
I think
yeah,
the
like the
word would be
story is similar.
exorcism.
It would be what now?
Exorcism.
Okay.
Or is it just like diaspora or something?
We are a
No.
part of the diaspora for sure, in more than
Yeah.
one sense.
Yeah,
So
like
and then in that case, I think that it's been bona fide, right? That we're part of that culture. Yeah, you could be in a movie and talk about it. I mean, I think that's part of their culture is our culture.
I think that there's probably like in in cultures where people can be exercised from it by the government.
I think
There,
it would
I
be a
mean, there's
very
probably like
specific like conversation about like about our grandmother and like what that means, our great grandmother. I mean, because like for grandma's story is pretty sad. I don't know that I would be like, comfortable saying that we could go to. I mean,
How
I know that there are some people that do that where they're like, okay, I just figured out I'm native and like I'm gonna go to what it means to be native. But I feel like there's different when you're like raised on the reservation. And it's just different.
hmm,
I agree. Uh, but I do want to I want all the chisme. I want to get on the gossip. I want to get into tribal politics. Just want to
ooh,
jump.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're going to be excited about that. They're going to be like this fucking interloper.
Yeah. I would love for you to be in on the politics, like just get in on it.
Yeah, because you know what I love? I love being in people's business.
You
Honestly,
really feel like your entrance to Native American politics is going to be met with
Yes.
derision.
Every new group that you go to, like there's always someone that's like, why are you here? Do you qualify? Like I think that like even like mom groups, like there's always someone that's like looking. It's like we were talking, like if we think about like folks who go to restaurants or places like that and talk poorly to servers or to the service workers, people are always looking for a way to be better than someone.
the day.
A long time ago when I started the balloon business, there was a balloon group that I joined as well. I had gone to, I might have told this story already, but so forgive me. But I went to like a balloon shop and they were only like, we all had to stand outside because it was COVID. And they made us like, they were only like allowing 5 people in at a time, which meant that there was like way more conversations in the line than you would normally have in a store. Because normally you would just like go get your shit and then like get out. So we were all standing in line and there was this man behind me and he was like, oh, asking me about my business. And then he was like, I'm trying to get a group of balloon women, balloon girls, he called us. He was like, I mean, to me, it just sounded like what would happen if you got recruited by, like, because he was
A
like
balloon
looking
camp.
for a harem of like, of girls. And so like he doesn't do balloons himself, but he feels like balloons is big business. So he's like gonna pimp out other people to do it. So
He
I
was
was
gonna have
like,
a stable full of balloons.
yeah, I was like,
Speaking of growth,
yeah,
guys.
yeah, yeah. I was like, I don't know, it just felt uncomfortable. Then he tried to follow me to my car,
Ooh,
and I was like, oh man, this feels like really like more uncomfortable. And so then I got on the balloon group on Facebook and I was like, hey, this just occurred to me, like as he was talking to me and when he followed me to my car, like, we do a lot of work by ourselves and you guys should really be careful because like, you just don't know. You end up in a lot of situations where you're like going into someone's house, going into someone's hotel room, going into like their Airbnb by yourself. And so we should probably be more cognizant of that. Everybody on there was like, you're being a hater. You just were like assuming he was like being negative. What if he just really needed, he's just trying to build his balloon team and he may have used the wrong words or whatever. And today on TikTok, this woman posted she set up a hotel room for this man at his anniversary with his wife. And as she's recording her decorations, he's propositioning her, asking her to sleep with him for $200.
$200. I'm offended. Your decorations cost more than that.
Right. You think you're gonna get balloons for 1,300 and ask for two?
like net add on.
That's not on the menu. Right. Yeah. So anyway, it just reminded me of that whole situation. But like the reason it was making it around TikTok is because he saw it and like basically told her to take it down or he was gonna beat her ass. And
Oh, okay. So you go from propositioning me to now you're gonna beat my ass, and you think
Yeah.
I do something on the internet?
Proposition means hand.
Right. He's like, you're a liar. She's like, bitch, I recorded you. What do you mean?
It's a
Yeah.
deep
So,
fake.
and then his wife was like, please take it down. Why are you still with him? Like, this should be evidence number
But
one.
all it has is like that culture of remember that song that's going around? It was like don't be polite to men or something. It was like you don't have to be polite to men just because they want you to be polite to men. Like we prioritize. I had this conversation with my husband. I was like, no, like women are taught to prioritize being nice over being safe because he watches like a lot of true crime shit. And I was like, isn't it like doesn't that grate on you? Like, isn't it exhausting to watch all these things? Like, well, I just feel like when I watch it, then I learn like what not to do. And I'm like, women already know, like, pretty early on because you're constantly in like
Really interesting.
bad
Like, how do you learn it?
situations.
Because, like, you don't just learn to, like, to compromise being safe over being nice. You think that is keeping you safe.
Yeah, and I think that that's like the challenge is like there's a certain amount of nice that you can be that might stem off the violence, but then after that, like you cannot be nice, period.
Yeah.
And it's like you have to constantly be. I think that's why like women are so tired. Like you have to be like constantly running like a like quantum analytics in your brain, and you're like, well, if I carry the one, this guy's not going to hit me over the head. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like when that lady's putting up balloons and he's propositioning her, she's like, okay, I'm on a ladder. And if I get down, like, do I have, like, I can be nice to him until I have the ladder in the hallway and maybe somebody will be there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you're like, what the fuck? He could like just knock me over my head, like, and then, hide me under the bed. It's just, I mean, to me, I was like, I'm sure she's probably one posting it because she's like, hey, everybody, like, y'all need to be safe.
Right.
But like, it's just a lot because I was like, yeah, they like these jobs, you're like literally at the mercy. And a lot of times, no matter how many pictures or like whatever you get, it's all a crapshoot. You don't know. You just don't know until you get there. And you're like, oh crap, I'm alone with you. What the hell?
That's why you got to carry some bear mace.
Yeah, I mean, if you could even do that, but like, all the balloon shit that you take, I mean, there's a lot of bags. I couldn't even imagine. You'd be like, hold on, let me get my bear.
Let me find.
I'm pretty sure it's in this bag.
Yeah.
It's like I found my seatbelt cutter in one of my bags today, and I was like, this is gonna do me so much good
Yeah.
in this stupid bag. If I get in a wreck and need to cut my seatbelt, I'm gonna be like, just let me get my purse.
It's an argument for a fanny pack right there.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe.
We're supposed to get one that goes on your visor.
Fanny that shit.
The window breaker too.
It's supposed
Like,
to be all in one, and then there's one that goes on your visor.
okay, because mine was like it's on your keychain, but what kept happening is like it kept falling off.
Yeah, get one that goes on your visor.
Yeah, so I was like, this is fucking dumb. But anyway, yeah, so I probably need to get a different one. So yeah, anyway, very interesting. I was like, the stuff that you see that you're like, see, I knew it. Shit is creepy. People are creepy. Scary.
People feel so entitled to other people. I wasn't sure if I was gonna tell this story, but okay, so like the TikTok drama of the week is I kind of feel like I need to explain my algorithm. There's this woman and she goes by the Hawk, and she has like a DIY, like she works on her house a lot, so she has like a DIY like TikTok. But Hawk, the DIYer, her job is that she is a spicy actress, right? So I was watching like her DIY, and she was like, and somebody was like, "Are you going to talk about what happened with Kira?" And she's like, or Ari, and she's like, "No, I try not to. I don't talk about things that I'm not involved in. It's none of my business. But I'll just say that she gets to decide what her prices are." And I'm like, "Okay, yeah, sure, whatever." And then everybody like going off in the comments, and I'm like, "Who is this girl?" And I go look her up, and I'm like, "Oh, she's like a gamer." Like, and so because I recognize her, she is a gamer, but then also she is also a spicy actress. So anyway,
How you on gamer? Okay, let's talk about that. Go ahead.
because of cozy games, because I have a Switch.
Okay.
And so anyway, so she was in a relationship, she broke up with her boyfriend, and she has an OnlyFans. She flew all the way to Australia to make some content with this guy who's very popular. And she is charging $60 for the video. And people like on the internet lost their fucking minds, and they were like, why is it $60? It needs to be $20. And she's like, that's the price. So people were pissed, and
Oh,
they
I thought that was cheap.
No, apparently not. And so like they were going off on the internet, and they're like, it needs to be this price, it needs to be this price. She's like, hey, this is my body. I filmed it at my expense, and it's not a necessity. Like it's a luxury to have. you don't need it. So why are you telling me, like, just don't buy it? Like, why are you yelling at me?
Yeah.
And they've been yelling at her for, I don't know how long. I don't know when it came out, but she keeps coming up in my algorithm, and she's still like, every video, she's like, guys, you just don't have to buy it. I'm not lowering the price. And then another video will come back and be like, guys, I'm just not going to lower the price. And I'm just like, at this point, like, there's 100 other videos you could go watch. Like, why are y'all, what do you get out of that?
I don't know. I don't know. It's really interesting because I'm like, I thought like when you were like, oh, it was $60, I was like, that I thought she was gonna charge a lot more. I mean, I asked someone to do like UCG for the shirts and it was 125.
What's UCGD?
Oh, user generated content, so maybe a UGC.
And
I
how
don't
much was it?
125.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
yeah. And that seems cheap to me too. Like 125. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I thought you were
So
500.
yeah, no, like I mean, that's why I was like, oh, okay, it's like $125. Okay, I get why people do this now. Because it's like you have to pay Yelp like fucking $200 a month just to run your ads on their platform. So like you pay somebody to put it on their like content and you can repost it and I don't know. It seems like it's more worth it. But anyway, yeah, people are super entitled. I feel like they like everybody wants to be able to set everyone else's prices and not
Right.
just like shop around.
Right.
But then also like I feel like with the price of things going up, like people are raising their prices to points where it's like it's just not you're like
Ridiculous. Oh, did you hear?
I can't
Like,
help you.
so okay, so we have the bird flu and the tariffs and all that stuff. And so everybody understands that there's like a shortage, but also like the biggest distributor of eggs just posted their quarterly earnings and they made like $509 million. It's the biggest profit that they've ever made
Of
ever.
course. Every
Right. So they're
time that
like,
this shit happens, that happens.
right, they take advantage of the thing. So like I get that people are like sick of being fucked over, but
Yeah.
like those are big corporations. Like
Yeah.
there are things that you want and you just can't have.
Yeah. I mean, this week I was like, I ate eggs like twice, and I was like, it is just so much easier to eat eggs. So even though it is more expensive, no, I went ahead and did it. I did try to like stay away from eggs. I thought tofu was going to be my replacement.
Tofu is hard.
Yeah, in
It,
what world?
I don't know. I just really thought like this is it. I'm going to learn how to cook tofu. And
No,
then
man.
it was, huh?
I said no, ma'am.
Yeah, no, it was terrible.
Not a substitute for eggs. Eggs are so versatile. Oh my! You can have savory eggs. You can have savory eggs.
I wanted to know what sweet eggs you were about to like talk about. I was very curious.
Take your sweet egg.
Yeah, you could have cake. Have you seen the people like tasting the
Oh
flourless
my
cake?
god. That was my other favorite TV show this week, was people spitting that shit out. There was a fucking baby. There was a baby in the walk. The baby went.
Look,
So for everybody else, the Kourtney Kardashian, I guess the Kardashians partnered with Crumble Cookie, and Kourtney Kardashian had a flourless cake, chocolate cake, and according to the people on the internet, it is no bueno. Now, I don't fuck with Crumble Cookie anyway,
I don't
because
fuck with fucking flourless fucking. It's flourless and gluten free. And if you've ever been to Trader Joe's and accidentally gotten something
that's
gluten
true.
free, that
That's
shit is
it's so gross.
terrible. Nobody's eating that shit unless they actually have celiac disease or they've convinced themselves that they have it. Because it's
Yeah.
terrible. It makes you want to fight somebody. You're like, why the fuck?
And it probably still has no nutritional value. So you're like gross and like, what the fuck am I doing? Why am I
Right.
eating this? Yeah. I totally understand that. So I just know that I watched Bethany Frankel eat it, and she was like, "Oh yes, it's like definitely one of those gluten-free things." But she's like, she could taste egg. That's what made me think of when you said eggs. I was like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
And to me, I just don't think that you should be able to taste the ingredient. Like, I don't even know what egg in a cake would taste like. I just know what cake tastes like.
yeah." Like this
Just
week,
like
I
egg. Give an
I
hint of
tried to
egg.
make fluffy yogurt with Greek yogurt and like cocoa powder and whatever, and I was like, "This is disgusting." I'm just gonna continue eating my Greek yogurt with fucking fruit in it because, like, I don't know how to make it into taste like, I don't know, chocolate cake. It's so gross.
sugar-free Jello packets.
That's what I put in there.
Yeah, you can't go hard on it. You gotta add a little in
Have
there.
you made fluffy protein yogurt ice cream?
Yeah.
situation?
Oh yeah.
Was it good?
Yeah, it's delicious.
Okay,
The
break it
chocolate
down.
one?
No, I did a Reese's. Well, yeah, chocolate because I did a Reese's one.
Okay, tell us. Yeah, tell us about it.
It's the PP2 with some sugar-free Cool Whip.
Okay. Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, Cool Whip. I didn't
yeah,
have any of that.
yeah, you get a sugar-free Cool Whip, and then
Mhm.
you can drizzle that with the sugar-free Hershey syrup. It's amazing. It's like a fluff.
Oh, Hershey syrup, but you also said the powder mix.
Yeah, the PP2 powder mix.
Oh, did you use the pudding mix?
No, you throw that in there. You know what I mean? Cheesecake, maybe, or just to give it a little.
Where's
kick.
the protein powder?
You throw you use either chocolate or peanut butter protein.
Give us
Maybe
a
do
whole
with
recipe,
protein
Clarence.
powder?
Go from
Yeah.
the top to the bottom.
I mean, I don't have it in front of me. I mean, the protein powder, some PB2. I can't tell you the measurements there. And then some fluff. And then,
Necro. Is there Greek?
I
yogurt?
guess I'll give it another try.
you can throw some yogurt in there so that it's not so stiff.
So there was no yogurt?
Dessert. You didn't make.
You didn't make a fucking protein
You
fluffy
made
yogurt.
free dessert.
You were like, I made pudding and put protein powder in it.
Yeah, that's all you have to do.
Okay, maybe I will do that, but that's not what I was doing.
I mean, hey guys, it's a protein dessert if you put protein in.
All right.
Or you can make a milkshake with the pre-made protein drinks.
I am very curious about like just adding, like doing the recipe for pudding and putting like protein powder in it, and if it would still like be as delicious as because I fucking
What?
love yogurt.
Do
I
you?
mean, not yogurt, pudding.
You
I
love
love
pudding?
pudding. Man,
I guess you have always loved pudding. Yeah.
Yeah. It's my shit. I don't like the pudding in the cups though.
Oh, I love the pudding in the cup because it's accidentally vegan.
Oh. Oh, is the one that you mix is not vegan? It has gelatin?
Yeah, some of them have gelatin in it, but the cups are accidentally vegan.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. It just doesn't taste the same.
I thought it can super hard, right?
You fuck with
Oreos?
what?
Oreos. And then also too, you were saying that you didn't like. I wrote this down. You didn't like tasting individual ingredients in a compound environment. I have to beg the difference because if I taste like some butter in a cookie or in a biscuit or in a cake, like to taste the butter in it is delicious for me. Like it's heaven.
Okay, I'll concede that point, but
Thanks.
in no way, shape, or form. There's a list of ingredients that I should not taste. Egg is number one. Baking soda or baking powder.
I like a little baking powder.
Oh no.
Oh no.
It's homemade. That's
No.
how.
That makes me want to. If I eat a fucking sugar cookie and then I get hints of baking soda, I'm gonna fucking
You're gonna throw the cookie at them.
fight them and be like, mix
What
that
the
shit
fuck?
in better.
No, man. No, I put.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah, I don't blame you though.
It's a leavening agent. I'm not supposed to taste it.
Damn.
Baking is chemistry, and you did the experiment wrong.
Shit.
Yeah, I guess so. So just so you know, when you make cookies for Dree,
Yeah, mix that shit up, B.
yeah, or face the wrath.
I have to make spaghetti for 50 people
Homemade
Why?
noodles?
for William's thing.
Thing.
So not homemade.
They're having like a district meeting for his lodge.
And they chose spaghetti?
Well, okay, here's what happened is he has like when they've been having meetings, he's been volunteering to take food and it's like expensive, right? To feed a bunch of people. And he's like, okay, you have a big family, like what would you do? I was like, the cheapest thing to do is spaghetti. So the last time they had a meeting, I made spaghetti and everybody was like, this is fucking fantastic. It costs us like $40 to make like for 15 people. And so now William's like,
Do
great,
they need
double
fucking
it and give
labor?
me no. It's like, wifely
The
daily.
sweetheart. Yeah.
So he's like, double it, give me 50 of them. And I'm like, okay, that's could be a lot of spaghetti.
It's a lot of the meatball.
Yeah, we only have one crock pot. Do you know? Wait, how are we gonna do this?
You buying another crack pot, baby girl?
No, the fuck I'm not. Where am I gonna?
Can't they buy you a crock pot?
I'm
I
gonna
mean,
just go
can't they
borrow
buy
one from somebody.
themselves?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, other people have wives.
Hey man, if you haven't bought crack pots in a while, crack pot game is crazy out
Also,
there.
it's probably misogynistic because, like, why
What?
would other people having wives mean they have crock pots?
Crock pots. Yeah.
They should have crock pots just because they like to eat.
The first thing I bought when I moved out was a crack pot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, like, that was misogynistic of me to say that.
Oh, you can forgive yourself.
I know, but I'm just like, it's so deeply ingrained. You just say, like, oh,
These Disney movies.
everybody has a wife. You're
The
like,
mouse
oh,
did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, blame it on the mouse.
I mean, but then what's her name was like super independent, right?
Who?
What was- Fuck, I don't know.
No,
Never
no.
mind. I don't know. Yeah.
Mary, I feel like is the most independent Disney princess.
I actually
Who's
thought
the
that
villain?
Snow White, the bear
From Brave.
lady. Yeah, I thought Snow White was gonna have like a more modern take, and I think they tried, but then they still had the prince say, how like in the end of Frozen, because like it's always like the true love is like this boy that you just met. And they said on Frozen the true love was her sister,
Yeah.
and like I think that they were gonna figure out some way to make that the case there.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be. I mean, that's not cool.
What?
It can't just be that same message over and over in all of the Disney movies from henceforth.
Could it?
Are you sure?
I mean, because then Frozen's not Frozen.
No, I mean, yeah, you're right, but at the same time, like, you could have a modern day take on White. I mean, maybe they
Isn't that what
again,
they
like they
hate about
probably did.
Isn't that what they hate about the Little Mermaid?
People hate everything.
Oh, the
People
Little
hate
Mermaid.
anytime.
I mean, I hate the modern day take of Snow White anyway because Rachel, whatever her name is white.
They did forget about that.
Yeah. So I think why they didn't like Little Mermaid was because she was not white.
Yes.
And they were like,
Also.
what the fuck? And then
That's not my Ariel.
yeah. It's always funny to me. My Ariel. Okay, yeah.
Too much
That's 'cause
CGI.
you're 50 years old, and that's the one they made for you was ages ago. This is for the children now.
Like,
Yeah.
you can go turn that one on, guys. Like, do you know?
You have Disney Plus. It's still available, guys. They're like,
know that they don't. You don't have to do everything.
yeah, like I just want the same movie made over and over again for my viewing pleasure with like only my people in it.
Right. And I don't ever want there to be an
Sure.
experience where I hate because I should be able to enjoy everything forever.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like when people say I am the main character in my story, then they should like really curate that in their own world, but they can't because like they're walking around being little bitches.
They're the HOA of the universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there was a girl that was talking about her date and how she went on a date with this guy and immediately like was late, begged her, like was like, "You look like the king of Zamunda" or whatever. And then
Often. Yeah.
it's like, what? He's like, like on Coming to America.
America.
And she was like, okay, cool. And then like other people started complimenting her and he was like, well, I just didn't want you to get a big head. And she's like, well, like we just met. So, anyway. So then like the day goes on and she decides she's never going to see him again. And she was like, yeah, so loneliness epidemic is like self-imposed. Like everybody, like they're fully entrenched in their loneliness epidemic and they like don't understand like why people don't want to go out with them. But,
It's like they
people
want
don't want to sign up for like torture porn. Like,
yeah,
I have no desire to like sign up with you for the rest of my life, maybe to get like beat up on.
I had to try and explain it to mom. She was like, well, what is, and I was like, okay, there are these guys on the internet, right? And they're like 5, 6s, maybe even a 7, but they want 10s. They want certified baddies, right?
Freaks.
But they don't have a job. They live with their moms. But so because they can't get a certified baddie, they're not like playing in their own field. They're punching above their weight. They're mad, and everybody gets punished for that because they're gonna vote for.
But it's not even just that. Like if we think about, I'm thinking of a particular person that I went to school with. It's on Facebook, and I know you're gonna know who I'm talking about because I'm like, I think he had a good job, and he like is retired maybe or whatever, and it seems like he owns his house, but he's also like,
yes,
posting like really fucked up shit all the time, like about like all the things he wants to do to like Meg the Stallion and like, things that he wants to do to like these famous people. And he's like, they just don't want a good man anymore. I'm like, who would sign up to be like your wife?
And you're all over the place because you go from, I would do X, Y, and Z in explicit detail to Megan the Stallion, and I'm posting that on Facebook. And also,
I'm a good Christian man.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm a Christian man and Meg the Stallion should meet me in church. Like, what? You controlling and confusing as fuck. Like, what the hell is going on? Yeah, so.
And also, buddy, we all want Megan the Stallion. Okay? Yeah. Like, everybody does. You're not unique in that. You don't need to come on the internet and tell us.
We're like, did you see how she flipped Cardi B? I'm like, yeah, she's really strong. Mm-hmm. She's like,
we saw her workout. She was like running up them stairs in that band. I was like, girl, okay, Auntie, for real.
Yeah, for real. Yeah. So anyway, but yeah, I think that like there's this whole spectrum of like folks who are just like, I want this, and then they're like not living up to it at all. And you're like, all right, bro.
You gotta work for it a little. And by work for it, I mean go to therapy and get a personality.
I think people
read a book.
Think that the like person that they want to be with is an NPC.
That's okay, yeah.
In a lot of ways, huh?
So that's fair.
Yeah, because it's like they're like, I want XYZ. I mean, I feel like people even feel like that about their kids. Like, I want to have a kid. Then you have a kid, and then the kid comes out and like
has its own personality.
It has their own personality, doesn't do any of the things you think they should do. And then you're like, well, shit, that's not what I meant.
Not like that.
Like, nah, I meant like, a kid that likes me. But like, like, and they only like you for like, what, a year maybe? Like, and then after that, they're like, bitch, bring me snacks and like out of my face.
Move out the way. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think that like, like it's just like you have an idea of like what should happen. And then once you bag that person, you get married, then you're like, this is it. Great, check. And then you like can move through the rest of it and like you own them. So like whatever you do after is like okay because
This is why I tell people they shouldn't get married. Like people are like, I'm like, no, do not get married. Don't get married. Like you're not, if you haven't worked on yourself, you haven't deconstructed like the cop within yourself, your internalized cop. Do not get married. Like you need to dismantle your internal carceral response,
yeah.
or
Because
else
we all
this is
kind of
gonna
have
work.
it where we're like, I think I've told you that before, like even when I'm like, oh, this isn't working. We need to do X, Y, Z punishment. And you're like, no, back up. Like what should we actually be doing? But you have to like kind of stop it. Or even like the misogyny thing I just did. It's like,
It's true. Yeah, there's that. And then I also think that like the way, and I don't know if this is like an American thing, but like the way we're socialized, we think if you have to compromise on something that somebody else has made you their bitch. And so like you have to be willing to like, I don't know, you have to find a place to put that. You have to be like, you have to do something with your internal bitch-assness. You know what I mean? Like I don't know how to describe it. You need to work through that because sometimes you're gonna be the bitch. Sometimes they're gonna be the bitch.
right.
It's the
And
compromise.
sometimes like,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I think that that's the thing too, is like you like have to kind of think of what you can live with, but then you have to like I'm still in that book, Set Boundaries, Find Peace. And there's this like whole chapter about the two women, I think they're two women together, and one of the women is really close with her mom, and then her partner is like your mom's super like doesn't have any boundaries and super controlling.
Hmm.
Can you talk to her? And she like refuses to talk to her mom. So then eventually like they break up. And I was like, I think that that's the thing, right? Like a lot of people are in a situation where like they have this disagreement. There isn't like whatever compromises that they're like proposing are not working for the other person. And instead of just being like, it's not working, they're
Right.
like, well, you're a bad person because this is my mom. You're
Right.
like, yeah, I get that it is your mom, but like this isn't the relationship I grew up with my mom, and it's not a relationship I want to have. Like I don't need another adult telling me what to do, or like telling me all the ways that I've screwed up. Like this is not something I want. So, like if this is important to you and you're not willing to talk to your mom about like how to interact with me, then it doesn't work.
Right.
And I think that that's the thing too. It's like when we're in relationship, like that's another piece that you just kind of have to, I guess, almost learn as an adult. It's like, yes, we're in a relationship, but like some things just don't work. Like if we can't,
Yeah. So like there's the internal cop, there's the internal bitch-assness, and then there's the internal like
where are you getting these from?
I made them up.
Okay, so you just are gonna write a book about internal cop
Well,
and your internal bitch assness.
I feel them in my soul, and they're the things that I had to work through in my. And then there's your internal, you have to know when to call it quits. And I think as Americans, we're socialized to don't you ever give up. You never give up. You have to fight for it. And you never compromise because that's what bitches do. And you know what I mean? And you need to punish people who have wronged you. And
Yeah.
like you have to dismantle all of that.
Oh my gosh, this is perfect. Because have you watched Black Mirror?
No.
No.
Okay. Well, when you get to the episode with Paul Giamatti, yeah, I really feel like anyone who might be listening to this and has had a conversation, like had actually watched that, should come back and comment on this about how they felt like that. Because it was like, it's really perfect. I really feel like I love the Black Mirror this season. I wasn't feeling or liking the one where it was like, I mean, like, it's a different vibe, probably. They had one that was like more about like how we treat people in these different, I mean, things in different spaces. Like we have moral superiority over like other animals, creations, like AI creations, all that stuff,
Mhm.
because we're humans and we don't treat people right or treat these characters that are developed right. So that was a whole thing. But this last one with Paul Giamatti that I just watched, I really felt like it went through like the stories we tell ourselves, like and the narratives we kind of live and die by, and like who's wrong and who's right in a situation.
That was such a much more mature way to describe what I was trying to get at.
Which part?
Like with the story, the mythologies, the stories that you tell yourself,
Oh yeah.
like your internal lore.
Mm. Yeah, because I think like in his internal lore, like this person was bad. They had wronged him in this way. And then there's like this guide. It was really interesting because it's kind of an interesting concept. Like someone dies and then like they have a guide like come back to you, like walk you through your time with that person, like kind of sort through all these like complex feelings, like when a person dies. It was really interesting and good. I really liked it.
I think every Black Mirror episode that deals with like what do you do when somebody you love dies is always really introspective.
Yeah, agreed. And like, yeah, even the one with Tracy Ellis Ross is like that too. So yeah, so I don't know. I think that Black Mirror, like, I think we talked about that too. It's like, okay, with like some of these writings and like whatever, it's like trying to get you to really look at these complex life issues through like a different, maybe sci-fi way or whatever.
Yeah, I think that that is probably at the core of everything that we were just talking about. Is like, and even like our politics, it's like we want to see things as black and white when they're really shades of
Yeah,
chartreuse. Like how the fuck did purple get in there? I don't know,
yeah.
but yeah, like things are complex.
Yeah, they are. But also like not because a friend and I were just talking about how like things will be said to I've had someone say to me like something like not something like but just like your feelings don't matter. And in that book, the boundaries setting
Yeah.
boundaries, there's like a thing where like they're like this is a sign of like things that this is abuse too. And they were like someone saying to you your feelings don't matter. I was like, holy shit. It's just crazy that like you know what I mean? Like people have been saying the same things like throughout years, and you think like this is such a unique experience
Hmm.
for me. Um, but it's not. It's really not. Like there's so
Yeah,
many
it's
things.
amazing how these things are universal. People
Yeah.
come to like the same conclusions.
But then I was also like in that same book where they're talking about like how we don't want to like talk to other people about like our intimate partners, our parents, or like how these folks have done things that we know are wrong because we're all so like protecting them.
Yes.
Yeah,
Hmm.
because it's like we also like don't want to like we're not ready quite to leave the relationship. So we're like, oh, okay, well, I know that what you said wasn't cool, but I can't talk about it with anyone because
I
like
don't want them to hate you.
yeah, I don't want them to hate you or like judge me for being so stupid for staying
Right.
either.
Yes.
So it's just like it's such a but they were like it's not healthy to not
My favorite thing
anyway.
from that book is when she's like, you might be like, it's common sense to do X, Y, and Z or to treat me this way, and you should just do it because it's common sense. She's like, common sense ain't common. Like everybody doesn't have the same experience. And so in what's common to you in your experience is not going to be what's common to other people in their experience. And I was like, oh shit. Yeah, like I define common. Like you define your common and I define my common and
Yeah.
they're different.
I felt like in the show Apple Cider Vinegar, they illustrated that point so well. Like she's in this relationship, she has a baby with this man, And then he goes, "Have you changed the bed sheets?" And she goes, "No, I didn't change the bed sheets." And he was like, "It's been weeks. Change the fucking bed sheets." And she was like, "What? Like, you don't have to change it. I didn't do anything to them." So like that in that point, she learned like, oh, you're supposed to change your bed sheets. And then later in a different episode with a different a different relationship, she was talking about her mom with this new person. And she's like, she never even changed our bed sheets. Like,
Yeah.
like she realized like, oh, my mom never changed our bed sheets. Like we were just like living in these like filthy conditions because she just like didn't care. Like she just couldn't be bothered with like taking them off and washing them or whatever. But like she didn't understand that that was something that could even happen, like that you were even supposed to do, because that's not how she was raised. It was really like such a little like side conversation, but also like really important to like describe her relationship with her. It was really
I have a friend of a friend, and the situation was like, there's this guy, his dad, and then the granddaughter is small, and the granddaughter's acting up, and then the dad's like a boomer, and he's like, "Well, spank her," and she's like, "Oh no, I'm not going to do that," and she's like, "Well, going off about spare the rod, spoil the child. That's why they're blah, da 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 da." And so he's like, she's having a meltdown, and like me hitting her is not going to make that. She's not going to understand. And so
yeah.
the dad and the son get in a fight. So the son hits the dad and goes, "Can you think clearly now?" And he's like, "Okay, I get it." Like, gotta change perspective. He's like, "Are you thinking clearly right now?"
It's like, oh yeah, no, I guess you shouldn't hit.
Yeah.
Like you shouldn't hit people. Okay, is anyone watching anything else this week that you want to talk about? Or
I'm watching Mythic Quest. I just love that show, and I just feel like it's so underrated.
It
Okay.
is already.
I love that show. It's so
Mythic
good.
Quest. Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Clarence?
The Last of Us returns tonight, baby.
Okay.
Super. Yeah. And we have noticed.
Yeah, White Lotus. We didn't talk about it. Patrick Schwarzenegger turned out to be the breakout star. Like his little fake crying thing at the end, I was like, oh, I felt it. I felt it. I felt it a lot. Good job.
Was he on the boat when he did that?
No, when Amy Lou Wood runs to Walter Goggins and he's like, I want,
Oh.
He like conveys so much in that like tear. He's like, I want somebody to run to me like that, and why don't I have that? So it's like this person who's like, you use people to get what you want, and then he's like, oh, but I want to be wanted. Like he had the whole character arc. I was like,
Yeah.
good job, Nepa baby.
That's true. They do kind of like make sure. I think I've heard people talk about that. I was like, I just hated him so much. But in the pit, it was good.
I've only seen like clips on TikTok, and it's already destroying me. And I'm like, I don't know if I could do that for an hour.
15 hours.
Huh?
Yeah,
It's
15 hours.
15 hours. I don't think it would destroy. I don't know. I liked it. It was really good. And then Dr. Ellis is so.
Did you hear that Michael Crichton's estate is suing Noah Wyle?
Michael Crichton.
So Michael Crichton wrote ER. He's the progenitor of the series ER. And so Noah Wyle was coming back, and he wanted to EP a reboot of ER, but Michael Crichton's dead, so his wife was like, she wanted X, Y, and Z, and they weren't coming to a head. So he halted development on the reboot of ER and started working on the pit. So now she's like, this is just ER, and you owe me money.
It's not ER though. Have you watched?
No, it just seems like ER.
I think it's ER because Noah Wile's face.
Right.
But like other than that, like it really isn't. It really isn't.
Calling Chicago Med ER or
yeah, I mean like there's a bunch of like shows that are like based in the ER. Like what was the one I watched where there was like the lady and she was addicted to drugs? It was also on like HBO or something.
No,
Nurse Jackie.
Nurse Jack. Yeah.
No, no. It's a
Wait, Eddie
different
Falco?
lady. I'm gonna have to find, huh?
So it wasn't Eddie Falco?
No, it wasn't Edie Falco. It was like a lady with long hair, and she was like a lesbian. And then there was this homeless person, and she let them move in with her. And they were a doctor in like Argentina. And so she finally got them employed, but then she was being all super controlly. And then the doctor from Argentina was like, I'm moving the fuck out because, like, why are you being controlling? And then, and she was
This was
super
a
rich.
series?
Yeah.
No way all of that happened in a movie.
Girl,
Oh, it was
that's a
series.
deep cut. Like, you be in the back catalogs of HBO. Like, fuck.
It was popular for a while. Like, oh my God. But anyway, she was an ER. Oh, it wasn't on HBO. I think it was actually the one with the doctor where he was like he had cancer and he thinks he's gonna die the whole time. And then finally he's not gonna die. Fuck, I don't know what it's called.
Okay, you figure that out. I've never heard of this.
New Amsterdam.
Oh, okay, that's okay. That show seems very dramatic. I've never watched it.
Yeah. Sorry. It wasn't on HBO, but it was called New Amsterdam, and it was also like a lot in the fucking ER. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so like, even when I watched there's a new show called The Doctor, and The Pit was on like at the same time. It was like really similar incidents. Like when you watch doctor shows, they all have this kind of like same arc. Like some critical incident happens. It's either like a big crash or like some shootout. Like they follow very similar story.
Trajectories. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, ER, the reboot would have been, I think different. Like there would have been a lot more like nostalgia and whatever. But
Right.
oh well.
Because I feel like the pit is like, this is what's happening to the doctors in the hospital. And ER had the scope got drawn back and it was more about their lives and they happened to work in the ER.
Yeah, this like drama and like relationships and whatever. And this is more like, yeah, like you said, it's like this is like in the here. Like they mention family, but you don't really like go home with them, which I
Right.
enjoy.
Because it's like,
And I hope they don't do that
right?
next season. I
Yeah.
don't want to go to your house. Like that part, even with cop shows, I'm like, oh, brother, you got to deal with your fucking kids. You're never here. I'm like, that's because he's solving the murders that we're watching on the TV. Shut up, kid.
Somebody's got to solve the murder.
All right. Well,
hang on. I have to tell you about this book. I finally read an S.A. Crosby book. He's this Black author. He's incredible. It was such an incredible experience. I read All the Sinners Bleed. I can't necessarily recommend it because it was remarkable because it was what was happening in it. The case that he was solving was incredibly gruesome and violent, but he doesn't describe the crime. He describes how the cop feels about it, and it just makes you feel bad. And I was like, that is incredible writing. Like you didn't have like a lot of people go for the shock and awe of telling you all the gruesome things. And he was just like, he had to watch the video of what happened to these victims and this is how he felt about it. And I was like, oh, I feel it too. That's incredible writing. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. Oh, did you read Thursday Murder Club?
Yeah. No,
Oh,
I
okay.
read Have You Solved Murders, but it's by the same guy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, same guy.
I read that.
You read All the Sinners Bleed or
Bleed?
Thursday Murder?
Yeah.
And how did you feel about it?
I liked it.
Okay. All right. Maybe I'll check it out. Yeah, I'm enjoying Thursday Murder Club. My Netflix went down yesterday for whatever reason, and I listened to that, and it was pretty good.
Netflix be tripping.
Right? Just fucking annoying.
And
Anyway.
I got the Disney bundle, and it constantly logs me out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's also the worst because I'm like, what the hell?
because it's a bundle, you have to log into Disney first, and then you have to log into Hulu and Max.
Yeah.
And so if you constantly log me out, I have to go through that all the time.
What also is annoying is like the streaming services. I think we have a beef with streaming services, but the streaming services where you can like now get it through like Spectrum, for instance, is like, okay, hey, you can have Paramount through your Spectrum bill. Like we'll give it to you for free for signing up or whatever. Like to do that, you basically have to create a whole new Paramount account.
Mm-hmm.
Means that like it doesn't log any of the shows that you've already fucking watched. It doesn't tell you when new seasons are coming out. It's very annoying because like, well,
Yeah,
I don't know, a new season came out, and they're like, well, we didn't know you watched the first one.
like you need to tell. Like I already trained my robot.
Yeah, like I don't. Why can't my robot just now know? Like, why can't you just give me a code to be like, all right, now this shit's free on my current account? Like, guys, it's 2025. Get it together.
Get it the fuck together.
Yeah. All right. Well, this has been It's Fine, Sweetie.
It's a podcast.
And
Bye.
We'll see you next time.
Adios.
Hear you next time. Whatever.
Thank you for listening to the It's Fine, Sweetie podcast.